Favourite fact about the universe. This is an easy one, I think. It's the size of the universe. The bit we can see, which is what's called the observable universe, has about between 1 and 2 trillion galaxies in it, depending on how you know, little tiny galaxies and big galaxies, but it's let's say a trillion-ish, something like that. And that is only a small patch of the universe that exists, so we're sure of that. Whether the universe is infinite in all directions, we don't actually know, but as far as we can tell, it could be. So my favourite fact about the universe is that it might be infinitely big. Doesn't this all give you an existential crisis? Yes and no, because an existential crisis, it suggests, I suppose, that we question our own existence, doesn't it? That's what an existential crisis would be. Or at least you ask the question, what's the meaning of it all? Why are we here? I've got it written on my t-shirt, actually. Existence, what does it matter? And that's an Ian Curtis lyric. So I would say, yeah, listen to Joy Division. Is my answer. What would happen if Earth or a human fell into a black hole? It depends on the mass of the black hole is the technical answer. So if it's a small black hole, by which I mean just, you know, a few times the mass of our sun, then you get ripped apart by the tidal gravitational forces before you actually fell in. So as you approach the event horizon of the black hole, it becomes very nasty. But for the very big black holes, so like the one we have a photograph of, we've got 2 photographs actually. One of the one in the centre of the Milky Way, and one in the centre of a galaxy called M87, which is a very big one. It's something like 6 billion times the mass of the Sun. So a supermassive black hole in M87. It's 55 million light years away, that one. And if you fell towards that one, then as far as we know, you would fall across the horizon into the interior of the black hole, and you'd be unaffected. You wouldn't notice as you fell across the horizon. And then you'd have something like, I can't remember the exact number, but it's something like 30 hours-ish inside the black hole until you approach the singularity, which is in your future when you cross the horizon. So it's not something you can avoid. It's like trying to avoid tomorrow. You can't do that. So you go to this singularity, which is, in Einstein's theory, the end of time. And just before you get there, you get spaghettified, which means you get stretched in one direction and squashed in the other, and even your atoms get ripped apart, and then you go to the end of time. So that's not nice.